MS Paint. All right. Where's my mouse? There. All right. You got Maiden. She sits in... Oh, 77 Mage Boys. Take a GZ for that. All right. You got Maiden. She sits in here. There's a circle of blood. Looks fucking good. All right. That's all the blood from Maiden. That was really badly done. But you know what I'm saying, okay? She sits in there. And then you've got Maiden that stands up. That's Maiden's, like, legs. She kind of has a weird little leg Hespori system going on there. I can't go too big. But she's got these long-ass hands and the big-ass claws, all right? And then she's got that red hair. So we'll actually just do a red head with the long red hair. And then we'll give a big booba. All right. So this is Twitch. I'd get banned right now because communist. Now, if you want to know how to freeze the spiders, all right? The spiders will spawn. When people say freeze 1, freeze 2, 3, and 4, or whatever, I refuse to believe that people actually have trouble understanding what the fuck that means without using any brain power, okay? Very simply put, it takes a little bit of effort to kind of go, oh, you know, I wonder what 1 could fucking mean. This is 1. Hold on, we got some loot. So this is 1. This is 4. You want to take a guess at where 2 and 3 is? Yeah, you'd be surprised. You could be wrong, but that's 2 and that's 3. So when you're freezing, you want to freeze these as soon as you can. Pretty much as soon as they spawn, freeze 1. Okay? On tick. You do it immediately, you won't have a problem. And then while you're freezing it, already cast the next freeze on number 2, because as soon as the cooldown is off and you can freeze again, they'll be frozen. Okay? Now 3 and 4. You'll have, traditionally, you'll have the cunt that's freezing north. Okay? This is north freezer. We need a different color. Alright? North freezer, south freezer. Okay? North freezer will freeze these ones and these ones. And south freezer, let's make them orange instead. South freezer will freeze these ones and these ones. Now, you won't freeze them until they will all, like, you've got maybe two squares, 2 squares. They will freeze around here. This is where you kind of want to freeze the spiders. Let's use a different color again, okay? Let's go with brown. This is where you want all the spiders to stack. You can obviously be like 1 or 2 squares apart from each other. It's a burst spell, it doesn't matter. Sip my potion, all right? So, when the spiders are walking in, they will actually join around here. They'll actually meet. 3 spiders will meet here and walk in. So when they get to about here, you want to cast your little spell. Same thing happens with 4s. They walk in, alright? And they meet around about here. It's not that far out, but they meet. And then they walk in. And when they get to here, you want to cast your little spell. They'll freeze in this sort of area here. And then whoever's south or whoever's tanking will sit there using blood spells to heal off of them. Now, you can have a ranged DPS. Some people bring a ranged DPS with chins to throw a chin or 2 at the stack. That's an effective method to help clear the stack quickly. 100% unnecessary to get the KC. You do not need to do that. It does help. It probably does speed up the kill as well a little bit. You know, it takes the less time you spend doing damage here, you do more damage here. But it's not like mandatory. You can 100% raid for the rest of RuneScape's existence without chinning this fucking stack. But the main thing is having it there, and if the guy who's healing off him is having trouble clearing the stack, then yes, of course, help. Now, for these ones to be DPS'd out, you got to kill them. You use the other cunt to kill them. All right, you'll have a 3rd guy here, maybe even a 4th. Okay, 3 and 4, they will kill and DPS them off so that you don't need to worry about doing damage. Does that make sense? It's their pathing that I've just never learned. S2 also stacks, doesn't it? You can stack S2 as well if you want. You can stack S2 in here. You can absolutely do that. You don't have to, but you can. You can just freeze it straight away. If you freeze it straight away, you have more time to focus on 4. So you have less time. So if you freeze 2 straight away, then you can get ready for 4s. If you wait until he gets here, you kind of have less time. And if you're doing all 4, it is possible to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. You have to freeze 2 straight away. You can't let 2 get to the stack. So if someone's saying, oh, get 2 in the stack, if you've got a good DPS on the outside killing the crabs, you don't need to get 2 in the stack. It's just, if you've got a Bofa, if you've got a Scythe, you don't need to worry about freezing 2 in the stack. If you're all whips and blowpipes, you can consider it. But that's an option. That's optional. If you're south, just fucking freeze them as soon as you can. That's a very simple explanation on how to freeze Maiden spiders without someone giving you a fucking 40-minute top guide on how to freeze in Maiden, because it's not fucking hard. And when people say, if you ever teach someone, you go, hey, freeze first spiders, and they go, which one's first? They need their head checked, preferably by a brick at that point. You can't, it's fucking common sense. This is 1, this is 4. Explain that to them once, don't do it again. If they need explaining to it again, just bin them. Don't play with those people. They're disgusting. We're gonna save this. This is content. We're gonna save it to the desktop. I'm gonna save it to come. Alright, now we've got cum on the desktop. Mr. McHoss, welcome to the channel membership, brother. You got a nice cock. You guys want a shoey? I'll hit you with it. This cunt fucking just damaged me.